All right, this is a standard rafter tail for a 16-inch overhang. And what I want to show you here is your height above plate, your HAP. I didn't know this when I was framing. I just always made 2x6 rafters have a 4 3/8 this way. And 2x8 rafters, it was 6 3/8. And that's all we concerned ourselves with. But there's actually a code in the IRC. There it is. And it talks about an equation. There's depth. And here's depth over 4. Or 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, full depth. And it turns out to be 5.5 inches for a 2x6 divided by 4, 1 3/8 for this. And that line is supposed to be the top of your bird's mouth. So as you can see, the old way that I did it technically is not in tolerance with code. But also, the steeper you start going, excuse me, the less and less and less you have. So growing up, being a framer, what I was taught was never cut the seat cut of your bird's mouth wider than the wall that it's gonna sit on. So these are all set up for 2x4s. I don't know how close this is. This is 8 and 12, but there you go, 3 1/4. Because then the rafter part, this part up here that goes this way, if you cut this seat cut too long, then there's an unsupported edge that will come down and then turn and then be on the wall. And what that does is, if it's unsupported, it makes this rafter no longer 5.5. It only is technically as strong as the part that's supported. So a lot of guys, if you're in a part of the world where it's 2x4 outside walls, they will just make this 3.5. And then they'll have this on the inside, so if they wanted to sheetrock and go up a vaulted ceiling, it's already ready. But that's not code. So it sucks. The less steep pitch you have, the more the code makes it similar. But like a 12 and 12, you're only going to be sitting on about that much. So there's not a lot to nail to. And that's the argument I have. I'd like to have the IRC reconsider this, because they also spec how many nails have to go into this thing. And if you've only got a little bitty bird's mouth, maybe you're adding blocking in between and shooting into that. You know, I don't know. Anyways, thought I'd share. And yes, the word keep is you never throw this tail away. Not until you're done with the job. But I made this out of pressure treated. You can tell by these little cut marks. And so this bad boy will last a long time. So there you go. Thanks for watching.